Hello friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This is Game 4 of the American League Championship Series in the Franchise Stars Baseball League Year 1. Live from Cleveland Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, the Oakland A's find themselves in the uncomfortable position of being down 2-1 in the series to the underdog Cleveland Indians. The A's won 111 games during the regular season. A win here from the Indians would push them to the brink of elimination. Cleveland has gotten back-to-back terrific starts. Early win in the performance of the postseason held the A's hitless until the 9th inning of Game 2. I have to see one thing here. I apologize. Give me 1 second. Apologize for that. So George Uhle is getting the start here. Still 0-2, a 9.58 earned run average in 2 starts during the postseason. Uhle was the Indians' best starter during the regular season, putting up a 3.02 earned run average as Rickey Henderson steps in. Uhle won 17 games. He has been poor in the postseason, but the Indians are going to go back to him here. First pitch slider misses down low to Henderson as we're underway. Cleveland deciding they did not have a better option to go with in this game. They got the near no-hitter from Wynn in Game 2. Then they got a terrific start from Sam McDowell in Game 3 to get them to this point. Uhle was knocked around in Game 1. But again, they thought about going back to Trevor Bauer, who was roughed up against the Red Sox. They thought about going to Mel Harder, who had a strong season but was largely out of the bullpen. He only made 6 starts. And in the end, they settled on going with Uhle, hoping that he would right the ship here in Game 4. We'll get to the A's pitching decision in a little bit, as they had one to think about as well. Henderson lines one foul down the right field line. Bernard Strom Sports Replays Dwayne Mart's YouTube network joining me here. How are you, gentlemen? I hope all is well with you today on this Friday. Henderson dribbles one to the right side. Lajoie throws him out, and there's one away. This A's lineup has gone ice cold. There you see the numbers. Henderson, Semien, and Fox. McGuire, Baker, and Jackson. Murphy, Walker, and Shang. The lineup for the A's. Jimmy Fox, Marcus Semien, Reggie Jackson, all ice cold at the moment. Here's Semien. 130 in the postseason so far. Uhle really needs a good start here to this game. Just trying to get a little bit of confidence to him. Uhle looks in for the sign. Slider gets the corner, counts 1-1. On the inside corner, Semien hits it fairly hard, pulls it to short. Chapman has it, throws to Tomey, and there's 2 away. The A's had a pitching decision of their own to make. They could have brought Ace Rube Waddell as Jimmy Fox steps in. They could have brought Waddell back in on 3 days rest. They decided, however, that they would rather go with Hunter in this game. Catfish Hunter making his first start of the postseason. We'll get the start here and then be able to bring Waddell back on Game 5 on full rest. Shot hard to second. Lajoie has it. Throws to first, and the side is retired. So decent contact from Semien and Fox, but it's still a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the first here in Cleveland. Oakland nothing. Cleveland coming up. Bernard asks, do you make the lineups or does the CPU? The CPU makes the lineups. So here's Catfish Hunter, 14-8, a 3.17 earned run average. See Hunter, 1.19 whip on the year. He was really solid. Didn't end up getting the appearance in the division series against the Angels. That hasn't started here. Here's Harry Bay. Bay again in center field for the Indians as Larry Doby is injured. Bay has performed well, batting .348 in the playoffs. Speedy, slick fielding center fielder. If your question was meant, Bernard, as far as the pitching choices go, I mean, yes, the computer makes them, but that's the one I'll override. I won't override the lineup, but I will, because it won't do the 3 days rest thing unless I force it to. So that's where those pitching decisions come in, but the actual lineup I don't touch. That's the computer doing that all the time. The only one I adjusted was because it mistakenly played Bert Campaneris at second base in the one game, because somehow it ended up saying he was eligible for that as a second position. So it had him play second and Semien for short, so I just went in and I swapped that, and I fixed the problem with Campaneris, so that won't happen again. So 2-2 here as Hunter works to Bay. Fastball misses up high, and count goes full. Ray Chapman waits on deck. Fly ball to left. Well, foul. Into the seats. Count stays 3-2. And the game will evolve its lineup starting the season based on how players are performing. Bay up the middle. Semien ranges to his left, gets a glove on it, but can't make the play. Not an easy play, but a play that Marcus Semien should be making. They're going to call it an infield base hit. A little bit of a generous score there. Watching that play, I think that's an error on Semien. He's got to be able to come up with that. But Bay is on, and that brings up Ray Chapman. Chapman hitting .343 in the playoffs. So Hunter has to deal with the leadoff man on base. 1 homer, 2 RBIs. That home run. The Game 3 walk-off against the Red Sox in the division series. Hunter throws over to first. Bay gets back in easily. Change up just off the inside corner. That looked like a good pitch from Catfish. Umpire disagrees. It is hard to believe that the 111-win Oakland A's could be pushed to the brink here. But again, as I mentioned when I wrote the story about the early win, near no-hitter in Game 2, I think the quote was attributed to Napoleon Lajoie. It said people are still judging us based on our bad first half of the season. The Indians played a very, very good second half, particularly the final 2 months. So they're not shocked by this as much as other people from the outside are. Fastball there just misses the corner. It's ball 4, and Catfish Hunter feels like he's being squeezed at the moment. So first and second, nobody out, and here's the red-hot Manny Ramirez. Fastball from Hunter misses low and away. Manny batting .355 in the playoffs, 3 homers, 8 runs batted in. Pitch from Hunter. Ramirez yanks it hard. Baker makes the tag. Nice play, Frank Baker. Terrific play by home run Baker. He tags Harry Bay trying to run past him and then gets Ramirez at first. So a beautifully done double play by Frank Baker, and that's a huge one. Jim Thome stepping in. Thome batting .200 in the playoffs. He does have 3 homers and 7 RBIs. But that play from Frank Baker gives Catfish Hunter a chance to get out of this inning unscathed. Fastball at the knees for strike 1. Thome drove in 105 runs during the regular season. It looked like Baker took a look at second after he tagged Bay there, thought about trying to go around the horn, but didn't like his chances to get Chapman at second. Fastball away, Thome fouls it off, and the count's 0-2. Hunter comes to the set and delivers. High fastball, Thome fouls it back. Pitch from Hunter, fastball down and in. Count goes to 1-2. Bernard, do I remember right? You have a broadcast this evening on your channel? 7 o'clock, if I remember. High fastball. Thome fouls it off. I know Dwayne had a broadcast on his channel earlier on today. I strongly encourage everyone to check out. Pitch from Hunter, changeup just misses inside. 2-2 the count. Hunter deals. Fastball away. Thome fouls it off again. 21 pitches here in this first inning for Catfish Hunter. Lengthy at bat for Harry Bay, and now another one here for Thome. Goes upstairs with the fastball. Thome lays off. Napoleon Lajoie waits on deck. Hunter from the set. Delivers. High fastball. Thome swings and misses. Hunter gets him to strike out, and that ends the first. So by no means an easy inning, but one that proves fruitless for Cleveland. We head to the top of the second, Game 4 of the ALCS. Oakland and Cleveland are scoreless. Here's Mark McGwire. McGwire, one of the bats that has been productive, .318, 2 homers, 4 runs batted in for Big Mac. George Uhle rocks and fires. First pitch curveball chopped up the middle. Fielded. Thrown to first. Good job there by Lajoie, and there's one away. Playing McGwire heavily to pull. So McGwire grabs a seat. Here's Frank Baker, .286, a home run, 3 RBIs. Baker's also played a solid third base during the postseason, and you saw it evidenced there with that huge double play he turned in the last inning. Fastball from Uhle is off the plate. It's 1-0. I am expecting to have a late night broadcast as well. Game 5 of the NLCS. St. Louis Cardinals getting a terrific performance in a shutout from Howie Pollitt yesterday, shutting down the San Francisco Giants to stay alive in that series. The Giants still lead at 3-1. Ground ball to short. Chapman throws Baker out, and there's 2 away. So here's Reggie Jackson. Reggie hitting .150, no homers or RBIs in the playoffs. A .427 OPS. Oh my goodness, curveball fools him terribly. That's a horrible hack from Jackson. Another curveball. Jackson lost this one foul down the left field line. He's in an 0-2 hole. Feels like Reggie gets behind in the count every at-bat in this postseason. Pitch from Uhle. Curveball again comes inside. Jackson takes it. There's a hard line drive, but they have him shaded. And Chapman makes the play. I'll be late, Bernard. I'll be at like that 11, sometime after 10. been a long week, and my wife and I had a late night last night. We had a night out, which was very, very nice. But, you know, she's a nurse. She's on her feet all week, so she's going to be tired. So basically, after my wife falls asleep tonight, I'll do the broadcast. But it won't be before 10 o'clock. So, you know, it'll definitely be on the later side. I would say the earliest I would go on would probably be 10. And like if Beatles is doing a broadcast or something like that at that point, I'll probably try to work around his broadcast. But it's nothing that would be around the time of yours at 7. So 0-2 here to Lajoie as Hunter gets ahead of him. Trying to get an easy inning after laboring through the first. Lajoie swings and misses, strike 3. And he's turned aside, back-to-back strikeouts. Now for Catfish Hunter. Which had another reason I have no problem with everybody like dropping into the chat when their broadcasts are. You know, when I mean during most of the time during the week, I'm going to be in the late slot after I get home from work. If I get one done during the day, that's kind of a luxury, just because of my work schedule and stuff. But, you know, anytime that I can maneuver, if I have the flexibility to maneuver what I'm doing around other broadcasts that I know about from people who support the channel, I'm certainly glad to do so. That one's popped up. Fox puts it away, and there's quickly 2 men down here in the bottom of the second, and Hunter needed this after a lengthy first. Here's Michael Brantley, 233. So far in the postseason, no homers, 4 runs batted in. Slider on the outside corner for strike 1. Good change up down low. Brantley swings over the top and misses. Fly ball to center. Tilly Walker takes a couple of steps, but he's under it. Puts it away and the side is retired. So Uhle and Hunter both looking sharp through the first 2. Hunter labored a little bit, but he still got through that first inning okay and breezes through the second. We head to the top of the third in Cleveland, bottom of the order coming up for Oakland. Here's Danny Murphy. Murphy 0-71, a home run, 2 runs batted in. He was benched for a game earlier on in this series that Bert Campaneris got the start. At short, Marcus Semien moved over to second. Curveball from Uhle misses away. It's 1-0. Another one and another one misses. Again, this A's lineup, the 3rd highest scoring lineup in baseball during the regular season, behind the Cardinals and Giants. But this postseason, the A's bats have not clicked. They've come up with big and timely hits, particularly in that Angels series when they needed to. But they are not producing runs at anywhere as the rate that they've produced them during the regular season. That one caught too much plate. Hit well to left. Going back on it. Manny tracks it down at the edge of the warning track. Good jump there from Manny Ramirez, who was playing Murphy towards the line and fairly deep. So 1 away. Here's Tilly Walker. Walker batting .286 in the playoffs. George Uhle rocks back and fires, and that one is smoked into center. Base hit for Tilly Walker. And Walker was all over that pitch. It's a 1-out single here in the top of the 3rd.
The catcher, number 8.
So in steps the catcher, Wally Shang. Shang batting .150 so far in the playoffs. His biggest hit was breaking up Early Wynn's no-hitter to lead off the 9th inning of Game 2. Oh-1 delivery. Fly ball to center. Easily playable for Bay, who's underneath it. Puts it away for out number 2. I posted the article the other day on the website, and I posted the link in the Facebook groups and actually here in the community section on the channel as Ricky Henderson steps in to the story I did about early wins near no-hitter. And if you click on that link down the side rails of that page on the website, you can also link to the season stats for each of the teams in the Franchise Stars Baseball League, the final stats for year one. Fastball misses to Henderson, counts 2-0. The leaderboards and the final standings are also up on the website. Pitch here from Uhle. Fastball just up high. It's 3-0. Marcus Semien waits on deck. And that one's up and in at Henderson. And Ricky is not happy about that. I'm actually not sure if that was ball 4 or if that hit him, but either way, Ricky is going down to first. And Ricky will tell everyone that Ricky is not happy. First and second, 2 down. Tempers get controlled. First pitch here to Semien. Curveball misses outside. That one misses inside. 2-0 the count to Semien. So Uhle fighting it a little bit here. With 2 outs in the top of the third. That's a good fastball there on the corner. First strike, 2-1. There's the pitch. Through the right side. Nice play. Jim Thome. Sliding backhanded snag by Thome, who was by no means great, but was a better first baseman than a lot of people remember him as. Jim, Thome, if he was able to get to it, Thome usually made the play. Does so there, and retires the side. We head to the bottom of the third. Oakland and Cleveland still scoreless. Here's Victor Martinez, 267 in this postseason. Has an RBI to boot. And there's first pitch, line drive base hit in the center for Martinez. So it's a leadoff single for the Indians to open up the third. Hunter threw 21 pitches in that first inning. He needed only 10 in the second. Here's Andres Jimenez. Jimenez has been scalding hot. 4-14 in the playoffs for the Indians 9-hitter. Home run, 4 RBIs. 3 of those, the huge game-tying 3-run shot in Game 3 of the American League Division Series. Fouls this one off, counts 1-1. Hunter delivers. Good slider there. Catches the outside corner, and 1-2 is the count. Slider misses inside, 2-2. Hunter takes a little peek over to first. And throws. Jimenez, fly ball down the right field line. Jackson moving over. Right by the line, puts it away. I think that probably would have landed a little bit foul. But instead, it lands in the glove of Reggie Jackson for out number 1. Here's Harry Bay, base single to lead off the game. And was tagged out on the terrific double play from Frank Home Run Baker. First pitch changeup on the outside corner. Pulled to the hole, played by Murphy, spinning throw to first. Nice job by Danny Murphy. Knowing he had a fast man running down the baseline. Bay is turned aside for the second out. Runner moves to second. So here's Reggie Jackson. I'm sorry, Reggie Jackson, what am I thinking? I just heard the announcer voice. I wasn't looking up. I kind of lost where I was. Sorry about that. Ray Chapman steps in for the Indians. About as dissimilar a player from Reggie Jackson as there could possibly be. That's what happens when you take your eye off the screen for a moment. 0-1 count. 2 down here to Chapman. Curveball. Swung on down in the dirt. Chapman chases, and Hunter's ahead of him 0-2. Fastball, jam shot, popped up to second. Murphy doesn't even have to move. Puts it away, and the side is retired. So Uhle and Hunter continue to roll. We head to the top of the 4th. We're a third of the way through here at Cleveland Stadium. A's and Indians tied at 0. Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. Stepping in is Jimmy Fox. Fox is 1 for 13 in this series. Rounded out his first time up. First pitch, slider misses away. That one misses inside. Uhle will try to split the difference here. There's a fastball right down the heart for a called strike. Two and 1. The count. Martinez signals he wants one high. Uhle delivers. Fox fouls it off. 2-2 the count. There's the pitch. Fox scalds one into right, laying out. Brantley gets it off the tip of his glove, but it'll be in for a base hit. Brantley's able to keep it in front of him. So it's a single for Jimmy Fox on the sinking liner into right. Fine effort by Michael Brantley, who has played a terrific defensive outfield all postseason. Here's Mark McGwire. McGwire's 0 for 1. Slider misses inside. McGwire grounded out his first time up. He's 4 for 12 in the series. Oakland could certainly use a Big Mac big blast here. Ground ball in the hole, picked by Chapman. Throws to second for 1. Lajoie with the turn. It's a 6-4-3 double play. And there's quickly 2 men down here for Oakland in the top of the 4th. Chapman got rid of that ball quickly, gave Lajoie a perfect feed. And Lajoie had plenty of time to make the turn. So 2 down. Here's Frank Baker. Baker grounded out his first time up. Curveball misses 1-0. Fastball misses high. Quickly in a hole to Baker. There's a pitch right down the go to the plate. Uhle into that full windup. Delivers. Slider misses away. 3-1. Reggie Jackson waits on deck. Nice screwball there. Falls in and the count goes full. Fastball misses up high, ball 4. Baker draws the walk. And the A's have a 2-out base run. Here's Reggie Jackson. Lined out his first time up. Dragging his average down to 143. Throw over to first. Baker gets back easily. Slider just low. You see Reggie, 27 homers on the season. He was hot at the end of the year, but has gone ice cold with the clock turning in the postseason. Not what you expect from Mr. October. That one's slapped foul. Count goes to 2-1. Appreciate you joining me here for this Friday afternoon broadcast. I hope it finds you all well. Slider catches the outside corner, 2-2. And Jackson, well, there's Mr. October. Good grief, did Reggie Jackson crush that ball. George Uhle left it up in the zone, and Reggie Jackson left it up in the seats. Home run for Jackson is first of the playoffs, and the A's have a 2-0 lead. Baker there to congratulate him, and we'll see if this gets Reggie on track. He admired this one, and with good reason. 431 feet, well out there into the seats. 2-run shot for Jackson, and the A's have a 2-0 lead. First runs of the game. Uhle will try to regroup here against Danny Murphy. Slider misses away. Curveball misses down and away. 2-0 the count. Slider swung on and missed. You can still see the frustration on Uhle's face after that Jackson homer. Left that pitch up in the zone. And Jackson was not about to miss it. Fastball in there to get the count level at 2. Pitch, beautiful curveball there, freezes Murphy. And the side is retired. But Reggie Jackson does what has been awaited throughout the postseason to this point. He goes deep, and the A's take a 2-0 lead. We head to the bottom of the 4th. So in steps Manny Ramirez to face Catfish Hunter. Hunter 42 pitches through the first 3 innings. Threw 21 in the first inning, 21 over the next 2. Big inning here for Hunter as he faces the heart of this Indians lineup. Stake to a 2-0 lead here now. Fastball there, catches the corner. Strike 1. Hunter gets the sign from Shang, sets up away. Slider, that's a good pitch, but just outside, it's 1-1. Curveball inside, Manny out in front of it. Swings and misses, count goes to 1-2. Hunter back away. Working in and out and up and down. 2-2 count. Shang singles up high. Hunter tries to get the fastball past Manny, but he gets a piece of it, fouls it back. Count will hold at 2 apiece. Shang's inside, and Catfish Hunter comes right into Manny's kitchen, strikes him out. 3rd strikeout for Hunter. There's 1 away here in the 4th. That was a well-crafted approach there by Catfish Hunter throughout that at bat. Here's Jim Thome. Fastball off the outside corner. Shang tries to frame it. Hump not buying what he's selling. Changeup misses down low. Count goes to 2-0. Curveball low, 3-0 the count to Tomey. We'll see if Tomey gets the green light here. He does. Hits it hard, but right down to Fox. Takes it to the bag himself, and there's 2 away. So Tomey had the green light, but he got a slider there. A little surprised that he swung at it. And did hit it hard, but nonetheless, there's 2 down. Here's Napoleon Lajoie. Fastball on the outside corner. Mauricio Martinez, how are you, sir? I appreciate you checking in. Ground ball to second. Murphy's there. Throws to first, and the side is retired. So Catfish Hunter rolling along here. We're through 4 in Cleveland. The A's trying to get this series tied. They lead it 2-0. Here's Tilly Walker, 1 for 1, singled in the third. Walker hits this one to left. Manny's going back. Near the wall, makes the catch. Nicely done by Ramirez. Not an easy play. Again, as Manny made on the catch earlier on, playing deep, not letting anything get over his head. 1 down, here's Wally Shank. Shank flew out to center. Curveball at the knees for strike 1. That one misses well inside. Curveball away. 2-1 the count. Martinez gives the sign. Uhle delivers. Popped up, foul ground. Jose Ramirez there to put it away for out number 2. So 2 down, order turns over. Here's Ricky Henderson. Henderson 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Henderson flipped his bat away, glared out at Uhle, but nothing escalated. Curveball misses down and in. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Uhle rocks and fires. Curveball low and away. 2-1 the count. There's a shot in the right. That'll be a 2-out single for Henderson. So Ricky, of course, always the base-stealing threat. He led the Franchise Stars Baseball League here in year 1 in stolen bases with 69. We'll see if they try to send him with 2 outs here in the 5th. Here's Marcus Semien. Semien is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. He's now 2 for 12 in the series. Uhle delivers. Henderson goes. It's a pitch out. Martinez's throw nowhere near in time and up high. Henderson swipes the bag as expected. So now Ricky gets into scoring position. Even a good throw wouldn't have got him, but that throw was up high. So 1-0 the count to Semien. Ground ball down to first. Tomey has it. Takes it to the bag himself. And the side is retired. So we are midway through here in Cleveland. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Oakland 2, Cleveland 0. Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. Here's Jose Ramirez. Ramirez popped out his first time up.
The third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
Curveball down in the dirt for ball one. Fastball on the inside corner, 1-1 the count. Again, the plan is an late evening broadcast tonight on the channel, Game 5 of the National League Championship Series. Ramirez hits this one out to right center. Walker tracking it back, makes the grab in the gap, just shy of the track for out number 1.
The batter, number 6.
Here's Michael Brantley. Brantley is 0 for 1. He flew out in the second. And the Giants won the first 3 games of that series against the Cardinals. But the Cardinals got to Larry Jansen in Game 4, got a terrific performance from Howie Pollitt to keep their season alive with the 6-0 win. The Giants will head back to Tim Keefe for Game 5. Kiefer threw the complete game shutout in Game 1. The Cardinals are going to turn to Ted Breitenstein. Breitenstein, the lowest ERA on the team during the regular season, as this one's popped up to short for the second out. Because Bob Gibson pitched late in the division series, Breitenstein ended up getting the Game 1 start here in the championship series as Victor Martinez steps in. They could bring Gibson back on 3 days rest, but being down 3-1 in the series, the Cardinals know they have to pitch Gibson and Breitenstein anyway to force the Game 7. So they're going to let both men go on full rest. Breitenstein will take the Game 5 start. If that wins, that will let Bob Gibson get the Game 6 start in San Francisco. Here's the pitch from Hunter. Curveball down and in. Counts 2-1. Change up down low, 2-2. The Cardinals' decision also based on having more faith in Bob Gibson pitching on the road than Breitenstein. Fastball from Hunter freezes Victor Martinez, strike 3. Martinez turned aside. Hunter is looking sharp. We are through 5 in Cleveland. A's lead it 2-0. So here's Jimmy Fox to lead off the top of the 6th. Singled his last time up. So he adjusts his shoelace there. Uhle hasn't been bad. Hunter's just been better to this point. Slider misses inside. After 2 rough starts here in the postseason, Uhle seems to have righted the ship in this one. Fox lines this one to right center. That's going to be extra bases for Jimmy Fox. Double X around first. He's going to second. Brantley will get it in. But Jimmy Fox pulls in with a lead-off double to open up the top of the 6th. So we talked about this A's lineup not performing to its standard. And now you've got a home run from Jackson, who's been terrible. Now you've got a pair of hits in this one from Fox, who's been cold. That could very much change the complexion of things for Oakland. Here's Mark McGwire. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. McGwire. Dunker out into right. It's going to hang up, though. Brantley gets there, puts it away. Throw to third, though Fox had no intention of going. And there's one away. Here's Frank home run Baker, 0 for 1 with a walk. He was on when Jackson homered. One down, Fox on second. Ground ball down to third. Jose Ramirez with the backhand. Looks Fox back. Throws across. Gets Baker. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, Right fielder, Reggie Jackson.
Here comes Reggie Jackson. Back in the fourth, Reggie did this. He watched it, and so did everybody else, as it sailed deep into the seats in this Cleveland night. Reggie would love to duplicate the feat here. 2 outs in the top of the sixth. Fox on second. Curveball in there for a called strike. Another curveball. Jackson lines this one towards left center. That's going to be extra bases for Reggie Jackson. Jackson going to second. Closer play than I thought it was going to be. But it's an RBI double for Reggie Jackson. He's driven in all 3 A's runs on the game. Fox comes around to score, and Oakland takes a 3-0 lead. Good job by Bay to get there quickly. And that's going to be it for George Uhle. Cleveland's not going to sit around and wait. Uhle looked fine. Really had only made the one mistake to Jackson coming into this inning. But they're not going to go and let this game get out of hand. So George Uhle will come out.
Your attention, please.
Coming in to relieve him, Jake Miller. Miller, a September call-up, went 0-1, 2.7 earned run average. Only made 4 appearances in September. Now he gets the postseason in a big spot. Here's Danny Murphy. Slow curve in there for strike one. Miller checks the runner back. Curveball misses inside. Dwayne Reggie thinks he can hit 3 homers in one game. Yep. Hey, listen, I mean, he has been ice cold until this game, but if Reggie gets hot and Fox hits like Fox, the A's are in business. Because, I mean, their offense has not really broken out at any point. You know, again, they had 3 one-run, fairly low-scoring games against the Angels to win the division series. I mean, the A's pitching has been great. But their offense hasn't performed up to their regular season. But Reggie and Fox get going. That's a whole new ballgame. 2-2 count here as Miller works to Murphy. Reggie dances around a bit at second. Looper into right field. Brantley coming on. Nice backhanded grab by Michael Brantley, and the side is retired. But Reggie, 2-run shot earlier on. Back in the fourth, RBI double here in the sixth. He's accounted for all 3 Oakland runs. We head to the bottom of the sixth. A's 3, Indians nothing. Here's Andres Jimenez. He's 0 for 1. Slider on the outside corner. Catfish Hunter has been terrific. Labored through that first inning. Since then, he has not made any mistakes. Jimenez flies out to right. Reggie throws it back in. There's one away. Here's Harry Bay, 1 for 2. Singled in the first. There's a ball. Hunter winds and deals. Square to bunt. Tough play for Shang. Pounces, throws, not going to get him. So Harry Bay lays down a beautiful bunt there for a bunt single, and the Indians have a 1-out base runner here in the bottom of the sixth. That is as perfect as you can do it. Shang did nothing wrong there, but just Bay too fast. So now here's Ray Chapman as the Indians try to get something going in the bottom of the sixth. Fastball at the knees for strike one. Chapman 0 for 1. He walked back in the first. throw over. Bay gets back. Hunter takes a deep sigh and delivers. Pitch out. Bay's not going. Dives back into first. Shang doesn't make the snap throw down to first. The count is 1-1. There's the pitch. Fastball at the knees on the outside corner. Hunter is painting that line at the knees. Comes inside. Fastball misses inside. See Hunter going to the fastball a little bit more as this game progresses. It's not going to overpower you, but he conserves that energy a bit. And now he can go to it when he needs to. Does it again there. Misses up high, and the count is full. Manny Ramirez waits on deck. Chapman gets on. Manny would represent the tying run. Hunter checks Bay back at first and delivers. Ground ball from Chapman to short. Semien charges, throws to second to Murphy, on to first. Chapman barely beats it out at first, but they get Bay at second. 2 down. Good job by Semien. He knew he had speed on the bases. Charged that one through it to Murphy. Murphy made a nice turn, but no opportunity to get the speedy Chapman. So 2 down. Ray Chapman is at first now as Ramirez steps in. Manny's 0 for 2. Hunter's fastball misses up high. Here's the pitch. Curveball on the inside corner. It's 1-1. Hunter has been very, very careful about not leaving anything out over the plate. He has hit the corners of the zone effectively. One offering. Runner goes. Shang's throw down to second. Not in time. Stolen base for Ray Chapman, who gets into scoring position. Not a bad throw from Shang, but Chapman is in. 2-1 count to Manny. Runner on second. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Catfish Hunter trying to protect a 3-0 lead. Fastball misses down low. Counts 3-1. And again, the tying run waits on deck. This time it's Jim Thome. Pitch from Hunter. Fouled back by Ramirez. Count goes full. Hunter deals. Ramirez, high fly ball to center. That's going to stay in the yard. Tilly Walker's underneath it. Puts it away, and the side is retired. So 6 scoreless for Catfish Hunter. We're 2/3 of the way through here in Game 4. A's trying to get this series tied. They lead the game 3-0. Walker will lead things off here. He's 1 for 6 in the series, 1 for 2 today. He singled back in the 3rd. Jake Miller will stay on in relief of George Uhle. Slow curveball there from Miller. It's 1-0. Change up on the corner. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down and in. Miller rears back and deals. Walker pulls it foul. Two and 2 the count. Miller full wind up there. Delivers. Walker shot out towards the gap. Manny's not going to get to this one. One hopper off the wall. Walker's around first. He's going for second. Tilly Walker has a lead-off double to open up the top of the 7th.
Now batting, number 8.
Second hit of the game for Walker. He drives this one into the gap. So now here's Wally Shang. Shang is 0 for 2. A's catcher batting from the right-hand side. Christopher Slovic, how are you, sir? Great to see you popping in. I hope all is well with you. Caught pieces of your broadcast earlier on. I'll go back to catch the end of that game. I have to check out. Steve Carsey and Dean Gregg throwing in the Indians bullpen. Looks like Carsey's been up there a little bit longer. 2-0 the count to Shang as Miller works. Fastball misses inside. I encourage anyone else in the channel, if you have not as of yet, please go check out Chris's channel. His tournament that he's got going on there of great teams in history. Always a fun listen. He's got that Creators Cup tournament going on. Lots of fun matchups, lots of great names throughout baseball history. 3-1 the count here to Shang. Miller delivers. Shang ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Walker's going to round third. Harry Bay is going to come up with the throw. Comes home and throws not in time. Walker scores. RBI single for Wally Shang, and the A's have opened it up to a 4-0 lead here in the top of the 7th. Yes, I was on for when you mentioned that project. And you said it was named for our good friend Beatles Eternally. He's working in the coal mines at the moment. Hopefully he will be on when I do my late night broadcast later on today. Beatles may have a broadcast of his own as well. So here's Ricky Henderson. Henderson's 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. He's also been hit by a pitch. Ricky puts this one down the left field line. Manny gets over there, puts it away. For the out. The runner retreats back to first.
Now batting, number 13.
So that'll bring up Marcus Semien. Semien 0 for 3. He's now down to 2 for 13 in the series. Pitch from Miller, fastball, called strike. Cleveland trying not to let this game get any further out of reach. The way Catfish Hunter is pitching, 4 runs looks very, very daunting. 1-1 the count to Semien, and there's a drive to left. That's going to hook. Has the distance, but goes well foul, and the count goes to 1-2. Change up there, fouled off. 1-2 is the count. There's a shot in the right. That's a base hit. Trying to go for third. Throw comes in, and he's out at third. Aggressive base running there from Wally Shang. Michael Brantley makes the throw. Good quick tag thrown on by Jose Ramirez. Close play, but Ramirez gets him. So Shang is thrown out for the second out. That'll bring up Jimmy Fox. Fox ground ball to short. Chapman backhands it. Throws to first. Fox is retired and the inning is over. But the A's pick up another run. It's 7th inning stretch time here in Cleveland. Indians have some work to do. Tommy Lajoie and Jose Ramirez coming up for Cleveland. They trail game 4, 4-0. So Catfish Hunter rolling along. He's at 80 pitches as he starts the 7th. He'll face Jim Thome. Thome's 0 for 2. Hunter deals. Tommy fouls it off. Here's the pitch. Change up at the knees. Oh, and 2 the count. Hunter deals. Tomey puts it right back up the middle. That's a base hit. It's a leadoff single for Jim Tomey here in the bottom of the 7th. Indians feel a little hope. Here's Napoleon Lajoie. Lajoie 0 for 2. Slider misses away. It's 1-0. Hunter takes a glance over at Tomey. Shot out into right. It's going to hang up. Reggie comes on, makes the play, and there's 1 out. Bernard Strom notes the A's sure came alive today. Yes, they have. They've gotten a great performance from Hunter, which certainly helps. Although the pitching hasn't been the A's problem. But Reggie coming alive, and again, Fox has the couple of hits. Totally changes the complexion of things for Oakland if you get those two going. Here's Jose Ramirez, 1 out, man on first. Fly ball to left, Ricky's underneath it. Waits on it, puts it away for out number 2. So after the leadoff single from Tomey, Hunter's gotten a pair of flyouts. Here's Michael Brantley. Brantley is 0 for 2. Hunter takes a peek and deals. Fastball in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. Change up just off the outside corner. Tomey not fleet of foot, so Brantley would have to put one to the wall basically to get Tomey home. Fastball misses down low. If the A's win this, they will be very well set up, though, because that would mean that Rube Waddell, their ace, would get Game 5 on full rest. George Uhle got this start on 3 days rest for Cleveland. Cleveland would have a bit of a difficult decision, as they would have to decide, do you go back to Early Wynn, who had that terrific Game 2 performance, and go to him on short rest? Fly ball to left, Ricky comes on, he's going to have to let it fall, played on the hop. A little bit surprised Henderson didn't get to that one, actually. It looked like he was going to get there, and then he pulled up. So Brantley dunks that one in front of Ricky. There's 2 on. You kind of get a feeling that this is the chance for the Indians. Speaking of the Indians, Clee baseball fan has joined us. Hello, Tim. How are you, sir? Here's Victor Martinez. Catfish Hunter checks the runners. First pitch, Martinez scalds this one towards the gap in left center. That's going to go close to the wall. 1 run will score. Another run comes around. It's a 2-run double for Victor Martinez, and the Indians have cut the deficit in half. It's now a 4-2 ball game. Huge hit for Victor Martinez. Puts this one into the gap in left center. Crowd coming alive in Cleveland. Got to see if there's bullpen action coming for the A's. Hunter was on cruise control until this inning. Here's Andres Jimenez. Jimenez 0 for 2, but he has been scalding hot in this postseason. He's 8 for 13 in this series. That's your 9-hitter. Cyro 3-9, how are you, sir? Great to see you as always. Fastball from Hunter. Kind of get a feeling Raleigh Fingers is already throwing in the bullpen. He is not messing around. Liam Hendricks throwing as well. Slider up high and in. I have never seen this game have a closer up in the 7th inning. That's actually very intelligent. I don't know if they'll go to him, but just that it will even consider doing that is a pleasant sight to see. 2-2 the count. This might be Hunter's last batter regardless. There's the pitch. Ground ball. Up the middle. That's a base hit for Jimenez. Martinez does not run well, but he got a good break with 2 outs. Throw from Walker, not in time. Martinez scores. It's an RBI single for Andres Jimenez, and the Cleveland Indians have scored 3 here in the 7th to make this a 1-run ball game. If you're Oakland, I feel like you got to get Hunter out of there here. And they are. So Catfish Hunter, 6 outstanding innings. Comes apart for him here in the 7th. 3 runs in. Hunter exits with a 4-3 lead.
Your attention, please.
And Andrew Bailey, I guess, was throwing before Fingers took the mound. Bailey said he was ready to go. He's going to come in here. So Andrew Bailey, 2 scoreless appearances in the playoffs. Throw over to first. Jimenez gets back. Again, Jimenez is the tying run at this point. Here's Harry Bay. Bay is 2 for 3. Fastball on the outside corner. During the regular season, Bailey 3-3, a 5.13 earned run average. That's a little bit misleading because his ERA was great. He had 2 terrible outings in September that really blew him up. But for the most part, Bailey was really solid during the year. Dangers of a reliever. A couple bad outings can really kind of mess things up on you. 0-1 pitch to Bay. Fastball 95 from Bailey on the inside corner. He's ahead of Bay 0-2 here. Huge spot for Andrew Bailey. Fastball and he gasses Harry Bay with the high heat. Terrific job from Andrew Bailey, who says good morning, good afternoon, and good night to fan Harry Bay and keep the lead intact. But the Indians strike for 3. We are through 7 here at Cleveland Stadium. We head to the 8th. Oakland leads it 4-3. Yep, and I was right. One more hit and he was gone. Dwayne March notes, darn, the wheels came off Hunter's car. Yeah, in a flash. He was great. Catfish was great. I mean, you can't complain. You know, this was Hunter's first appearance of the postseason as McGuire steps in. Jake Miller being left in. McGuire, fly ball on the left. Manny's there. I think one thing that I'm going to change on the sliders for next season, I really don't like changing stuff in the middle of the year, but I'm going to make it so that reliever stamina ends a little quicker, because I just feel like by default they kind of leave relievers in a little bit too long. So I'm going to mess with testing that slider. I believe I've mentioned that previously. 1 out. Miller working here to Frank home run Baker. Steve Carsey, who's been throwing for a while now, and Mel Harder, both throwing, both right-handers, in the Indians' bullpen. There's a shot in the hole, backhanded by Chapman. Plants, throws, long throw, not in time. That's going to be an infield base hit for Frank Baker. That ball was not hit hard. Baker got down the line pretty well there. Chapman had to set himself and throw. Baker beats it out from the left-hand side. Now here's Reggie Jackson. He's been the man of the day for the A's. 2-run homer, RBI double. Fastball from Miller in there for a called strike. Reggie was 1 for 11 in the series before today. Miller comes to the set and delivers. Curveball, that one got a lot of play, but it's not what Reggie was looking for. And the count goes to 0-2. Pitch from Miller. Another curveball, that one sinks down low. There's the offering. Reggie fouls off the changeup. 1 out, Baker on first. Changeup down and away. Indians, inspired by Clee baseball fan, showing up. They have their biggest fan in the house. No offense to Todd B. Jackson turns that one, but well foul. Reggie guessed fastball and he got it. Got a little bit out in front. 2-2 offering from Miller. Jackson ground ball to second. This could be 2, 4, 6, 3 double play, and that ends the inning. Big pitch from Miller to get Jackson. We head to the bottom of the 8th here in Cleveland. Indians lead the series 2-1, but they trail the game 4-3. So Bailey is going to stay in. Remember, the A's did have closer Raleigh Fingers warming up in the 7th, once this looked like it was getting dicey for them. Now they're going to try to protect Fingers if they're able. Bunt attempt fouled off. Chapman already has a bunt hit in this game. Trying to go to that well a second time. Pitch from Bailey. Curveball misses inside. Bailey delivers. Fastball fouled off to the right-hand side. It's 1-2. Here's the pitch. High fastball. That had good tail on it, but it tailed a little bit inside. 2-2 the count. Ray Chapman leading off the bottom of the 8th for the Indians, who have clawed their way back within a run. Pitch from Bailey. High fastball fouled back. Bailey delivers. Popped up. Foul ground. Fox going back on it. He's got a long way to go, but Fox tracks it down. Nice play by Jimmy Fox, and there's one away. So in steps Manny Ramirez. Ramirez is 0 for 3 today. Flew out his last time up. Manny has been terrific in the playoffs. This is a big at-bat here. Fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. Manny can tie this game with one big swing. Bailey gets the sign from Shea and delivers. High fastball, a little too high, and it's 1-1. Tried to go up the ladder on Manny there. Manny wasn't biting. Fastball there. That looks like a good pitch. They call it outside. It's 2-1. Jim Thome waits on deck. Fastball there. Manny chases it. That one was a little bit out of the zone. A little bit further down. Manny gets a piece of it to stay alive. It's 2-2. High fastball, and he struck him out looking. Not where Manny was looking for that pitch to be. Big fastball from Bailey. So now Bailey's going to come out, and Liam Hendricks is going to come in here. Interesting decision. Hendricks has appeared twice. He hasn't allowed a run. He's basically come in for one batter each time. Not sure why you'd bring him in to face the lefty Jim Thome here. There's something they like about the matchup. Fastball in there for a called strike. That's a good pitch there. Thome gets knotted up by that slider, and Hendricks is ahead of Thome 0-2. Fastball struck him out, strike 3. Well, I guess that's why they brought Hendricks in. They knew something. 1, 2, 3, and down goes Thome. A's survive the 8th. We head to the top of the 9th. Oakland clings to the 4-3 lead. Terrific work from Bailey and Hendricks. Jake Miller's going to stay in here for Cleveland. He has given up a run, but they're going to Miller, and he's throwing fine. But you've got plenty of other bullpen arms out there for Cleveland, so a little surprised to see this. Ground ball to second. Lajoie throws Murphy out, and there's one away. Lajoie will be set to lead off the bottom of the 9th for the Indians. Here's Tilly Walker. Walker 2 for 3 on the day. He singled and doubled, scored a run. Fastball. Call and strike. Miller rears back and deals. Fastball misses down low. 1-1 the count. Pitch from Miller, fastball inside. That one's fouled back. And Jake Miller, pitcher in the 20s, early 30s. I think one of the things that I'm going to do for next year also, because what happens is this one is popped up. Chapman's underneath it. So your starters who don't make the rotation, if they're very well rated, they get put in the bullpen. But they still have the starter stamina, and I feel like that kind of makes the game handle its bullpen in a little bit of a weird way when it uses those guys. So I may knock their stamina down to like a cap if you're, say, ranked lower than like the 9th starting pitcher on the, in the team pool. If you're going to be on the big league club, I may drop your stamina to like 50 instead of keeping it up at 90 so that they're not, abused. Because you had a few relievers in the league this year. One of the stat things I did notice, where those starters who are being used as relievers were piling up a ton of relief innings, and that really shouldn't be the case. Like Dick Rudolph of the Braves, Dick Rudolph was getting like 150 relief innings during the season. So, there weren't many that were around that level, but there's something I think I can adjust to make the usage a little bit improved for year 2. Shang taps it back to the mound. Miller throws to first, and the side is retired. So Napoleon Lajoie prepares to lead things off. There's the stupid uniform glitch. He's not an A. He's an Indian, and that's who's coming up. Lajoie, Jose Ramirez, and Michael Brantley scheduled, and they will face Raleigh Fingers. Fingers has been perfect in the postseason, 3 for 3 in save opportunities. 3 1/3 innings, he did record the 1 4-out save. Now he faces Lajoie to open up the bottom of the 9th. Lajoie 0 for 3, flew out to left his last time up. Fastball from Fingers, taken for a strike. Lajoie took a check swing there, but it was a called strike anyway. Smacks that one foul down the first base line, and Fingers is ahead of Lajoie 0-2. Pitch from Fingers, and he gets him chasing with the slider. So Lajoie goes down on 3 pitches. That slider well out of the zone from Fingers. Fastball, forkball, slider. He threw the whole repertoire at him. And a big first out there for Raleigh. Here's Jose Ramirez. Ramirez is 0 for 3. There's that forkball, just misses inside. Ramirez flew out his last time up. Indians trailed this game 4-0. Scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th to chase Catfish Hunter. Andrew Bailey and Liam Hendricks bridged the gap. Scores still 4-3 here in the bottom of the 9th for Raleigh Fingers to try to protect for the A's. It's behind Jose Ramirez 2-0. Fastball there, Ramirez swings and misses. Fingers rears back, delivers. Ramirez just gets a piece of it. Count goes to 2-2. Fastball, and he got him on the called strike. That was basically the opposite corner, but that's the same pitch that Bailey got Manny Ramirez on in the 8th. That is a high fastball on the corner. And the Indians are down to their final out here in the 9th. Michael Brantley steps in. Brantley 1 for 3. First pitch fastball misses up high. Brantley singled and scored during that 7th inning. Loop out into the left. That fell in front of Ricky Henderson. Bernard, I appreciate that, and thank you so much. I get really, really lucky. I really have. I mean, the overwhelming majority of my games in these playoffs, but really in all the sports that I've done, I've gotten very, very lucky even in regular season games. Most of the games are good competitive games, and these playoff games have certainly lived up to it. 3-0 fastball in there for a called strike. Fingers doesn't want to walk Brantley. Brantley turns on this one, base hit in the right, and the Indians stay alive. So Fingers got behind him 3-0, got a fastball in there. 3-1, but Brantley turns that one around. If you're Danny Murphy, I feel like you've got to lay out for that ball. Jessica Bonneville joins in. How are you, sir? Appreciate you jumping in here. Good to see you again. And here's Victor Martinez. Martinez had the big double in the 7th, but he grounds this one to Frank Baker, makes the play, the side is retired, and the A's have tied this series at 2 games apiece. What looked like they were going to cruise got a bit dicey, but the A's hold on. Catfish Hunter, terrific through 6. Wheels came off a bit in the 7th, but the A's bullpen, a strength all year, bridges the gap, and they hold on for the 4-3 victory. Hunter gets the win. George Uhle, starting on 3 days rest, takes the loss. Uhle wasn't bad. He got victimized by Reggie Jackson, basically. Jackson hit a 2-run homer and had an RBI double. Raleigh Fingers gets his 4th save of the postseason. And now we've got a huge Game 5 coming up. There you see Reggie go deep. Dwayne, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, this was a fun one. This was a fun one. That 7th, I'll tell you, man, if the Indians had come back to win this game, the series is over. Because at that point, you're living so right. You know, you get the dominant performance from early win in Game 2. Sam McDowell gives you another really good performance in Game 3. You know, and the A's, that would just have been a sign that the A's are just kind of, you know, not meant to get this done despite their 111 win season. I forget who it was. It might have been Dwayne or Todd who said in like the last game that the A's were starting to have a feeling of, you know, the Mariners I think it was the '01 Mariners, with all the wins, and then they didn't end up going anywhere. So Reggie gets player of the game, 2 for 4, a homer, a double, 3 RBIs, as you mentioned. Catfish Hunter, 6 2/3, 7 hits allowed, struck out 4, walked 1. He gave up 3, all in that 7th inning comeback attempt by the Indians. George Uhle, 5 2/3, allowed 6 hits, struck out 1, walked 1, allowed 3 runs. Victor Martinez, couple of hits, pair of RBIs. Andres Jimenez had the RBI. Jimenez has just been unconscious in the playoffs. He really has. I mean, he's still, even with that, I still think he's hitting over 400. We're going to go pop into this replay vault for a minute. Replay. Let's go check out, let's go look up the Reggie homer. I always love this view just because I think the game is so beautiful. There's Reggie. Bang. That's a bat drop moment from Reggie. The A's need that, I'll tell you. If Jackson and Fox, who've struggled, Fox with the pair of hits, Reggie with the pair of hits and the 3 RBIs, if those 2 guys get going, the Indians might be in a little bit of trouble here, because the Indians also have a really hard pitching decision coming up. So there you go, and you see the Indians box score really quickly. Their production coming from the bottom of the order in this one. But their lineup has been fine in the playoffs. That's just a one-game thing. Hunter just threw a really good game. But we're going to pop out of this for a second. And we're going to go and take a look at what the Indians have to choose from. Particularly, the A's know what they're going to do. The A's went with Catfish Hunter on this. They could have gone with the ace. They could have gone with Rube Waddell on the 3 days rest. Instead, they went with Catfish Hunter. And they asked Hunter to get them to this game so that if they won it, they liked the pitching matchup, and then they figured that they could take. My controller is dying here, so I might not be able to do what I want to do. But Hunter would get them through this game, and now they can bring the ace, Rube Waddell, back on full rest. The Indians have a bit of an issue here. They can't go with McDowell. Uhle was their best ERA guy during the year. So they can either go with Early Wynn, who was great in Game 2, but go with Wynn on 3 days rest in Game 5, or they've got Trevor Bauer, who Bauer during the regular season was okay, but he got knocked around in his first outing. So Bauer during the regular season, 14-7, 4.11. But Bauer got knocked around for 4 runs in his start in the series against the Red Sox. So I don't know if you want to go back to Trevor Bauer there. You can also go to Mel Harder. Harder on the season was 9-6 with a 3.74 ERA, but he was largely more in the bullpen than starting. So you might have to go back to Early Wynn on the 3 days rest and ask Wynn to come up with another huge performance locked up against Rube Waddell. So Game 5 is going to be a very, very interesting one. So that will bring this broadcast to a close. I really appreciate you guys joining me here. Bernard, Dwayne, Jessica, Cyro, Clee baseball fan, Christopher Slovic. Check out Chris's broadcast from earlier on. Check out Clee baseball fan. I have to go back and check his, but I think he had a broadcast overnight in the wee hours. Bernard will be on tonight at 7 p.m. Be sure to check out Bernard's terrific broadcast as well. Dwayne had a broadcast earlier on today. So we've got lots of guys producing quality baseball history content in different fashions. So please make sure everybody goes and checks everybody else out. If you're not following the others in this chat to this point, change that and do so, because it's a great group, good guys who do a lot of good stuff. That will wrap this up. I am hoping that I will have NLCS Game 5 tonight. It could be anywhere between like 10 o'clock and 11:30, depending on, like I said, when my tired nurse wife falls asleep, as I'm off from work tonight, so I'll stay up with her until she decides that consciousness is no longer an option. and then I'll get to a broadcast. But I'll navigate that around what anyone else is doing. I don't know if our good friend Beatles Eternally will be broadcasting later or anything like that. But until then, guys, thank you as always. Be good to each other. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk soon.